Hey, it's Ronnie. Oh, we got light on. Yeah, it's still sitting. But I worked on it. I jacked it up. I got fuel coming out of the pump under pressure. I didn't check the pressure yet, but I definitely got fuel coming out of there. I jacked it all up and hooked the line. Poof, it's cycling. The car tries to turn over like I showed in my last video of the car with the brand new $120 Menards battery. AC Delco I'm not impressed with. And it wouldn't even turn in 5 seconds and falls on its face unless I put the battery charger of my big one on it and give it 200 amps. Well, yeah, battery's junk. Brand new battery. Brand new. So I'll show you what I got going here. Old Faithful's still running. And my old Lincoln's still going alright, so that's cool. But here's what I got going now. I have a brand new battery that I took the old one, the brand new old one, 3 weeks old, back to Menards, and I got me a new one. And I have carbon pile testers and electronic testers. This is my electronic one. I said I could leave that battery, the other battery, in that car overnight, or whatever, and it was charged at like 13 volts, which is about where they should be. And then put the tester on it before I tried to start it. It would say it was fine. I'd go to try to start it without a battery charger hooked up to it. It would go, get my drift? You know what it sounds like. Okay, and then I would wait. I waited 10 minutes, 2 different tries, and put my electronic tester on it, which shows the internal resistance. After you punch in the cranking amps and stuff it's supposed to have, it shows the voltage, the internal resistance, and the cranking amps that it's putting out. Okay? Well, that brand new battery was at 12.9 volts or 13 volts. It lost a little. But when you go and check it, like 5 minutes after you tried to start something, the voltage would hang where it's supposed to, but the internal resistance would be like 8.2 mega ohms, which is bad. Okay, bad. Internal resistance should be low. The lower the number on internal resistance, that means it's, once it puts a load on it, it's not, yeah, and it was putting out 390 cranking amps. It's supposed to be 735. Huh? So I pulled it out and went, okay, battery is junk. But then I left it sit for 20 minutes. I took it out of the car, but I left it sit 20 minutes. Put my electronic meter on it again. It went from 12.9 to 13 volts. And it said it was 85% use left in the battery, lifetime in the battery, basically. And the resistance went down to 4.4, which is still way too high. Junk battery. So now this is a new one off the shelf they got that has been sitting, I'm sure, months or two. And I checked it with my electronic meter first. The voltage was 12.39, which is basically almost dead. Any 12 volt flooded battery should be around 13 volts constantly. 12, 9, 13, fully charged. You know, your alternator puts out 14 volts. The 12 volt battery at 12.4 volts. A 12 volt battery, automotive battery, is only 20% charged. Well, this is 12.39. I got it on the trickle charger. I'm going to let it run for a while. But it showed the cranking amps were right, and the resistance was way down in the 2s, which is good. But yeah, it said recharge and retest. Well, there you go. I'm putting it on trickle, not just putting the screws to her. And hopefully that'll help you something. You know, it's just a junk battery anyway, the other one. But junk batteries can't affect the computer systems, and if while you're turning the start position and that motor is trying to turn, is taking away the voltage to the computer will not activate anything. Once it's under load, it will stop it, because low voltage will destroy components as fast as over voltage in electronics, okay? So it blocks it. So I'm curious to see, charging it now, see if it makes any difference tomorrow. I know I have fuel coming out of the tank on the pump, and it's under some pressure. Yeah, the rest I don't have a clue. Yeah, to find a connector right up by the fuel rail. Oh yeah, it's a Dodge. You gotta, yeah. No screw-on little valve where you can put a gauge right on like normal vehicles. No, it's clearing down behind the back of the motor where you can't even get at it, and then you gotta splice hoses to it and blah blah. I just tried to get the connector off there and can't reach it. I might have to take the whole intake plenum off the top just to unhook the fuel line to see if I'm getting fuel all the way up, because I have seen instances where a fuel line would corrode on the inside, collapse, and block the fuel from coming up the line, even though it's not leaking or anything. And this sat 6 years, so I hope I don't have to take the whole plenum and the intake, throttle body and all that off, just to get to a fuel line to see if it's getting pressure. But I do have fuel out of the tank going up to the line going up. But yeah, there you go. I'm putting this baby on trickle charge. It's basically dead battery already, brand new. But we're going to see if we can limp it. Yeah, and I didn't have the receipt. I said, just scan it. I paid it with a debit card, and here's my debit card, scan it. I wrote the date right on it. Not even 3 weeks old, and it was junk from day one. So we'll see what happens. Okay? So I'm plugging away. It could be. That could be part of the problem. We'll find out. Here. Peace. Love. Half a heart. I'm holding my phone. Have a heart. You know, check stuff. I said I should have checked the other one, but right away I showed you. Even when I had the charger on 200 amps, putting the screws to it, it had fallen on its face. Well, it was only putting out 390 cranking amps off the get-go. That's the highest, and so hopefully this might make a difference. But at least then I know I have enough electricity to run it. And then if it don't want to fire, I'll have to get that fuel line off up at the engine, spend 2.5 hours just to disconnect the fuel line to see if it's pushing fuel, and then put a tester on it. But yeah, there you go. I'm plugging away. Okay, y'all take care. Don't let stuff get you down. You can only do what you do. As I said, my Ranger motor's right there where that green jacket's at, and the transmission's in there. That's half done. All the machining and stuff is done. I got all the parts. I got all the parts, almost every part, to get that Ranger going. So, if worse comes to worse, that's where I'm going after. I don't care what it looks like. It's going to do what it needs to do, and it's all going to be brand new underneath. Cool breeze, brand new motor, brand new transmission I built. I know what I got. Yeah, baby. And cheap on gas, but not as cheap. And if the electrical wiring is kind of screwed or the computer don't work, I thought about it. Yeah, I looked at where the wiring harness is. It looks like it could be a real big bad dog to try to even get an aftermarket new wiring harness to change it out. I can go carburetor and get rid of the fuel injection, because you notice my 84 right out here. Yeah, that guy? Oh, with the glare. There. Try this. That pickup right there is a carburetor, and it fires up when it's 33 below. That's when I drove to work. But I do have a block heater on it. No computer control, nothing. Good old school. I got carburetors. I got another engine that's only got 24,000 miles out of a Pinto, 2.3, basically brand new, that transmission came out of. The motor's still fine. It's been under a hood for 20 years. It ain't locked up. I turned it over, 10 years ago when I took that transmission out, the automatic I'm going to put in my Ranger. But yeah, all this computer stuff is just a freaking nightmare. And if I needed, I can't afford, I'm not going to pay somebody else to scan my freaking Intrepid. I'll have to tow it to town if it won't run. Scan it Intrepid and charge me $200 to tow it each way. And then $180 an hour to hook a scanner to it, and I really don't want to spend $1,000 or $2,000 on a scanner that'll show what I need to know. Yeah, I can go old school. The old 84. That thing's an antique now. I can put antique plates on my 84 Ford pickup 4-wheel drive right there. Still running, still going, okay? I'll go old school carburetor and no computer junk. I might miss 2 miles to the gallon of fuel economy over a computer on that engine. That's it. And I'll have the screws put to her. She snorts like a big dog when I need it. Cool breeze. Oh, and it won't meet the smog regulations, but it's an 88. And we're in Nebraska, so there ain't any smog regulations anyway. And it definitely will not match any regulations or what computer code set off because you got a vapor leak. No. I said that motor is basically a 4-cylinder round track or drag quarter-mile motor for 4 cylinders. It's not a stock freaking 4-cylinder 2.3. This baby is honked. When it's all done, she's going to rip. She'll outdo a V6 in a heartbeat. But there you go. I figure let you know. Yeah, I'm going to put this on. Go inside. It's supposed to get down to 32 tonight. They said it was supposed to be 38. Yesterday they said last night was supposed to be 35. It got down to 37. And then yesterday they said it was going to be 38 tonight. Well, now it's supposed to get down to 32 tonight. Oh well, I got my electric heater, I showed you. I ain't fired up my furnace yet, and I'm not going to. I got to save my propane. There's going to be a shortage. Don't worry. But yeah, I'll come back out here an hour or two and recheck it. And then if it still pulls and falls on its face, when I got in the car, I said, then the starter was taking a dive, but that was a brand new starter my mama put in. And if starters don't move or get used, underneath the vehicle where it's at, it should be fine. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to keep plugging away bit by bit in time, but I'm not going to put a bunch of money. Otherwise, that old Rat Rod Ranger is going to be getting the works. Like I said, it's made for out here in the country. Okay, I love you. Take care. Be you. Don't take no crap from the communists and the scumbags and the haters. Just don't hurt nobody. And I said, if they come after you, just tell them the truth and knock them on their butt. If that don't work and they want to get evil, sometimes they're going to try to kick your ass. You got to fucking wipe them out because they don't care. All they see is what they can conquer. If whatever they have is never enough, communists. They always want more and they always want to take. They don't want to work for all of it. They want to just go in and conquer and take you over and try to pound you down and take over what they don't have yet. They're never, ever. They're nuts. They're nuts, psychotic, evil. But there you go. All right, I'll be back. I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. If God and the angels let me wake up in the morning, I will be back and show you what happens. I love you all. Ciao.